decide what it is exactly what you want from a partner and be specific. Don't be like, oh, I just want a nice man. There is a lot of nice men in the world. Do you want them to earn a certain amount? Do you want them to have children or not? Do you want them to have a schlong or not? There's so many things. And I think that when I was young in particular, I'd always be like, I just want a nice person. But there is nice everywhere you go. Decide exactly what it is that you want so that when you do date and you're speaking to these people, you can just weed them out easily. You're not even gonna take anyone seriously that is not adhering to the list that you want. And when I say list, I don't mean like they've got to be on point with every single thing. Like you could find the perfect man, but like he doesn't dress that well. But it's like, that can be worked on. Find out your non-negotiables and believe that you are worthy of love.
Tis the season to be sexy, fa la 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 la. Tis the season to be sexy, fa la 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 la. All my haters talk about me, fa la 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 la. Christmas time is here, so shake it, fa la 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 la. Baba clap. Come on, guys.
I loved that.
What is good, my good people? It's your girl, Madam Joyce in the bizzle, back again. Tell a friend. It's been another week, long time no speak. And I finally got my Christmas decorations, meaning 'tis the Baba clap season. It's Christmas time. I've got my Christmas hat, Santa Claus in the bizzle. Everybody say thank you to Emmanuel because he actually did his big one. Putting all the decorations up, which I'm very, very impressed. We love men that know how to do interior design. So God bless you. Thank you, guys. I'm very, very excited about this season. I'm very excited about December because I will not be in this country, but I will be here today celebrating with you and kicking off the Christmas festivities. I have an amazing, phenomenal woman. I can't tell you how long I've been following this queen. When I'm talking about OGs, when I'm talking about people who have been in the content space, the influence space for years and years and years, this is mother. This is queen. She is a style icon, a beauty queen, and an influencer extraordinaire, from collaborating with global beauty brands to gracing the cover of Metropolitan. She is a trendsetter. She is an OG. I'm honored to have her today on the purple couch. It's none other than Jayde Pierce.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm good. How are you?
Do you know what? It's so crazy having you on my sofa right now because
Why?
I feel like as I'm talking to you, I'm remembering all the times when I used to be at school and everybody used to talk about you and be like, oh yeah, Jayde Pierce, you know she's from Bedford. Wait,
how old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, okay.
I'm 27, so I must have been like, what, 16? Charlie, if you eat the sausage roll, I'm going to deal with you.
Charlie wants my sausage roll
Charlie
so
keeps,
bad.
come
I'm actually
here.
going to half it with you after.
Charlie keeps trying to eat the sausage roll. No, let me tell you, I went to the shop today. Charlie, come please.
He wants the strawberry mojito. By the way, I have been given the best strawberry mojito. Like, I am a strawberry mojito snob, and if it's not come with crushed ice, if it's not tasting good, it's going back. And this is one of the best strawberry mojitos I've ever had in my life.
Do you know what? Yeah, Latif be mixing with his heart and soul, and that's why we love him here. Latif be on the mix.
Wow.
As for me, I've got this lemon iced tequila thing. I'm trying not too many calories now because you know that thing is quite syrupy, and I am currently on a no carb. I'm doing no carb for 1 week.
Okay.
Because I'm one of those people that when I have a holiday, I had the whole year to do something, and then the holiday comes now and I'm just fighting for my life. So now I've got like 2 weeks before my holiday. So at this point,
Maybe you work better under pressure.
I mother do, friend. I mother do. But yeah, I remember at school when all the girlies used to like use you as a case reference of living in Bedford.
Wow.
Like, you've been in the game for that long, dominating.
It's been a good decade now. I actually cannot believe how long it's been.
It's crazy. Yeah, decade. So how much? Yeah, I just turned 27. So yeah, when I was 16.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I was so young as well. Like, because I'm only 29, and I'm like, to be doing it for that long, I'm like, wow.
When we're talking about OG It Girls, I remember when people were having a conversation about like the UK OG It Girls. I remember you were mentioned. Kenza was mentioned.
Oh, was this on Twitter?
Twitter.
Yeah.
It was on Twitter. We were talking about who were our mothers.
And do you know what? I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I did see someone had sent me an Instagram post that was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And the comments, like, I mean, I'm an emotional babe anyway, but like, it could have brought me to tears. It's like, wow, like, for people, and people were like, it's always going to be Jayde for me. And I'm like, me!
Yeah, literally. The OGs for me, you, Kenza.
Love Kenza.
There was a girl called Golden Bee or Golden Barbie.
Is she American?
No, she wasn't. She was from here, but she looked American. She was Blasian, so she was half like, I don't know where she was from Asia, but like maybe like Mongolia or something like that. And she was half black, and she used to hang out with Kenza back in the day, and they were the yin and yang before yin and yang was cool. Then who else was my it girl? No, sorry, I had a chokehold for Golden Bee. I can't lie.
That was your babe.
That was your babe. But how does it feel? 10 years in the game. What people have watched you evolve from doing beauty to influencing to motherhood to dating. Like, talk to me. Like, how does it feel to just be 10 years in the game?
I genuinely can't even believe it's been that long. How does it feel? Even though it has been that long, I don't feel like I've done remotely enough.
Crazy.
And I think that, okay, so I've had my career for 10 years, but 7 of those years, nearly 8 of those years, I've been a mum. Yeah. Because Ayla's going to be 8 in January.
What?
Yeah.
Big girl.
Big girl.
That is crazy.
Love of my life. Like, she's everything to me. So yeah, like, when I think about my career, and like the first couple of years, like, so much happened, and I was on the rise for so many different things. And then I got pregnant. That was incredibly hard. Went through a public breakup. That was incredibly hard. Got in another relationship. That was hard because of just reasons people weren't too happy about. And I think navigating that space has been difficult, especially motherhood in it, because I've been trying to juggle this career, which you have to be so active for and out and about, but then yet I've got to be there for my child and balance that. I never want my child to think, oh, my mum just cared about working, because that's not the case at all. But then I also don't want to dishonor my career or my dreams. So finding the balance has been hard, but I know I haven't done enough, but I feel like I'm loading again.
I love that. And in terms of motherhood, like, you were quite young.
I'm pregnant at 20, had her at 21.
Girl, you didn't even have your hoochie mama era.
I've never had that.
Girl!
I've never had that.
You ain't even had your hoochie mama era, girl.
I mean, to be fair though, before Ayla, I was going around in America, I was like traveling a little bit, but it lasted like a good, year? So like, but like no, I've never done hoochie mama.
When I mean hoochie mama, I mean like, because some people like to misconstrue me. I don't mean going to be shagging every Tom, Dick and Harry. That's
I don't think that either.
Yeah, thank God. But I mean like, going to the club,
being
outside.
I had a year of that. And then before that year of like me going to America and things like that, I was out in Bedford 3 times a week.
Not in Bedford, girl.
Babe, this is before my career started taking off.
There was nothing. We should have been bumping train going to London, because that's what I was doing.
I've always been afraid of London. Not now, but like back then I was afraid. Like, I don't know the girls. I don't know the boys. I don't know, like, London was just unfamiliar, and I like to be comfortable.
I feel it. I feel like people that come from Bedford tend to be, because it's the town is all they know.
Yep.
Like even now, like when I see people from Bedford, they still live there. They still live in the exact same house and stuff. But me, I've always been like, I would just fling my body anywhere that the wind takes me. Where the party at? Where the there? I'm going. Like I've been outside since I was like 16, 17. I've been outside. You mentioned that you had a little tour around America as well, just before your daughter.
Well, it wasn't really a tour. It was like...
Isn't this when you were dating a little somebody?
Yeah, I mean, but like that's whatever. I think.
Are we gonna, no, sister? I feel like we need to talk about this. I feel like
I have nothing to say.
I feel like we need to just because do you know what? Okay, I'm being very inconspicuous right now, but you dated at the time one of the biggest stars in the world. For someone like me, obviously I've told people that I want to have my like celebrity moment. I want to have my rapper or Afrobeat artist experience. Yeah. I need to know just from a UK girly perspective, what was that like?
It felt normal. I have, since I was a little girl, I have always seen myself in I don't know how to explain it. I've seen myself around big people, celebrities. Yeah. I have never felt out of place in those sorts of rooms. So it just felt like, I don't know. It's just a regular guy. Like to you, to me, it was normal. Like I don't get fazed by anything like that. And like now, when I come to think of it, for me, it's like it's something to tell the grandkids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a story for the books.
Like
it's a story for the books.
That's how I see it. But like, it's not something that I don't know. I don't ever think about it or anything like that. It was just like it's for the grandkids. So I'll tell them one day.
So what was the life like? I'm intrigued. Was it private jet? Was it shopping trips? Was it like, what was that experience like? Sister, you gotta give us the tea.
Do you know what it is, right? Do you know what it is? Like if I'm keeping it real,
keep it real.
I'm so far away from that part of my life.
Yeah.
And like for me, I've had a child. I've been in a happy relationship for so long. He's married.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm being like, yes, like we were seen together or whatever, but it wasn't an important part of my life. So I think I find it so hard to speak about things that are not even like meaningful.
Yeah. It was like another dating experience that you experienced when you was a girl, and that was it. And you were just having a good time.
Yeah, but like we're so far apart from that now. Yeah.
So you obviously we've seen you in your brief hoochie mama era straight into motherhood.
Yes.
How did you find balancing being in the public eye and having a daughter, and then having to bring your daughter into that life? Because I know a lot of people are a bit wary when it comes to having their children, and they want certain parts of their life to be private. And how did you navigate living that experience, but still being able to contain and protect your child?
I think that back then, I don't think people were as aware of like showing your child online. Like I didn't really hit like the whole blurring your child's face out and stuff. Like when I had Ayla, like I didn't really see a lot of it. So, and as well, I think I was quite young. I don't think it was something that I ever like really thought about. Like, oh, what if she doesn't want to be on the internet and things like that. Luckily for me, she is quite like myself, where she loves being on camera. She's a proper natural.
Why y'all twins?
She is my twin for real.
She is your twin. Like
I love her.
When I see you guys and you guys be wearing the matching sometimes, I just was like, I had a doubt that this is what we'd be doing. We'd be doing some shit like that. We'd be you wear your Prada, I wear my Prada, I love it.
And I got so lucky with the kid she is as well, because she's an easy child.
Mm-hmm.
I find motherhood hard in the sense of like juggling everything, trying to do it all, trying to be there for everybody and things like that. But in her as a child, she's been the easiest kid ever. People always say like when she was turning 2, like, well, be careful of the terrible twos, and I never once experienced it.
Wow.
She's
terrible twos?
She's never once had a tantrum.
Wow.
Ever. I don't know why.
You see, here's the thing, yeah, because I feel like when I hear stories like he was like, you know what, my daughter's amazing, we have a good time, we be wearing matching clothes, it will sell you the dream, like, oh my God,
no,
let
but
me just
I am
have
the
a chat.
first to say this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Wow.
This life that I live. And bearing in mind, before I had Ayla, I always said I'd never have children.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, why is that?
I just thought I'd be a rich auntie, and like the thought of like raising a child and like having to be there for somebody and someone always needing me, it didn't necessarily appeal to me. I just kind of wanted to just live a free life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got pregnant and I was in a position where I was like, am I going to do this or am I not? And I decided that I was going to do it. And there's not one day that goes by that I regret. She's been the best thing ever, to the point where I would have another, but I've got one more left in me, and that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, I want to have, my plan is to have 2 and have 1 by accident.
So you're gonna end up with 3.
Yeah, I feel like in my mind, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell my partner, listen, we're only having 2. But after the second one, I feel like we're going to be like, yeah, we're only having 2, but we're not going to do anything about it.
Right.
We're not going to be like, I'm having 2, but my tubes are tied.
Oh, no, take up my entire womb.
I'm going to just say it. And then the third one is going to be like, oh my God, it actually happened. And
but I feel like if you have 3, you got to have 4.
What, because you like even numbers?
Yeah.
Nah, keep it, man.
Like, someone's always going to be a little bit left out. And then also, like, at this point, you need a people carrier.
What's a people carrier?
Like 7-seater sort of thing. Like, if you've got the 3 kids and their mum, dad, like, I don't know, what if your mum wants to have her come out on the day with you and stuff? Now you've got to have a 7-seater.
But to be honest, no, 7-seaters are so clapped, you know.
No, I like the Mercedes ones, you know. Like, you know, the big black trucks that you get picked up and they're cute, like.
But isn't that the sprinters?
Yeah.
No, but that's for when you're a hoochie mama, like. That's when you're trying to, you know, you're out with the ballers, or you're out with, you know,
yeah,
it's when you're trying to do up celeb.
I would get that for the kids.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I feel that with the kiddie bops.
Yeah.
Get them for the kiddie bops.
I'd love that.
4 is just, I did want to have 4 boys. I said, if I was to have a mixture, I want to be a mom that has bare boys.
I'd love to experience a boy next.
I can see a boy for you next.
I'd love to experience a boy next. My little baby boy. My baby
Have you got
boy.
a name?
No, I don't. But I would like the next one to also start with an A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum had a thing where all the girls in our family end with CE. So Joyce, Alice, Grace, Beatrice. I just like, it's like a nice little flow.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
Your mum's giving like a bit of Christiana there, where she...
Yeah, she really was giving Christiana. She's like, I'm going to give him something. And mums, I'm going to give him something.
Same for the boys as well?
No, Elijah's just Elijah.
Oh, okay.
He's
yeah,
just, we're just like, yeah.
Mm. Charlie, did you put?
No, Charlie. I'm sorry. No. I'm so sorry. You see Charlie's farts, yeah?
I can taste it in my drink, I'm sure.
You see Charlie's farts, yeah? They're so abysmal.
Wow, that's potent.
No, it's very potent. It's very, like, it smells like he's...
Wow.
It's a horror. I can't smell it now, thank God, but then my nose is also blocked. So I can't smell it, but I'm sorry. Yeah, you can taste his fart. It's awful.
Wow.
It's very, very awful. I want to go in with something, right? Have you been seeing this thing on TikTok about women in men's fields?
No.
Women in men's fields. So basically, it's a hashtag where girls would write a status that sounds like it's a hashtag where a girl will write a scenario that's similar to what a guy would do, and then they put hashtag woman in men's field.
Okay,
So
give me an example.
Let me give you some examples.
All right.
women in male fields, not women in men's fields. So it would be like when he explains exactly what I've done wrong, so I hit him with the "I'm sorry you feel that way" # women in male fields.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is when he tells me to get home safe, but I hit him with the "you already know my thing" # women in male fields.
Mm-hmm.
And then
oh God.
Someone wrote flirting with him once a month so he doesn't move on # women in male fields.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You see that one?
Why do they do that?
Oh my God, because they don't want you to be without them, but they also don't want to be with you.
But this is where women have got to rise up.
We got to rise up,
Like,
mate.
can I swear?
You can swear.
Absolutely what they think. Like, what do you mean I can't see anybody? Like, we need to start
being in male fields.
Like, what even is that?
The next one is a man sends me a voicemail, so I use it as the opening of my new song.
Classic, that one. That is a classic. I'd hate to hear myself like that in a voice note or something like that.
Then another girl said ghosting him, then liking his Instagram stories so he never forgets I exist. I done that recently.
Did you?
Yeah. Not gonna lie. There was a guy that I did so wicked this year. It's the most wicked I've ever done someone.
Why?
Because sorry, I'm somebody. What's a P square? If you do me, I do you. Man, no go vex. Right now, I'm exchanging wickedness for wickedness. I'm not turning the other cheek. I'm going to slap your cheek. Seriously, I'm not turning the other cheek. I'm going to slap your cheek.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, he kept he kept doing that thing where when somebody ignores you and then it's like, they won't reply and then they'll reply back in 6 hours. So you say, okay, then you reply in 12 hours. Then he says, okay, then he'll reply in 1 day. And I say, double okay. Then you reply in 2 days.
I'm really bad at that game.
Listen, any man that plays that game is feminine because you're supposed to be begging me. Why are we playing?
Yeah, I agree.
Emmanuel?
I agree still.
Why? You're supposed to be chasing me. What?
I agree. I've always said, and I'm sorry for the boys that are really going to take offense to this, but I feel like the man initially should like the girl more first.
I agree, 100%.
And the reason why I think that is because us women, I mean, a lot of the time, especially in younger years and stuff, we could just be stupid. Mm-hmm. And like, we just do things out of nurturing and wanting to care for somebody, or maybe back then we did things because we wanted them to like us, which doesn't work, by the way. But I feel like with men, like for them, they won't just treat any girl like their girlfriend.
Yeah.
It has to be like, I can see you as my wife sort of thing. Like
Defo.
That's when you're the apple of their eye.
Defo.
Whereas with women, like we can sort of be a bit more lenient with that sort of thing.
Yeah, we were talking about this on the last episode about women growing to love or growing to like. And it's like, if you don't have that initial attraction at the beginning, don't force it. But guys tend to, it's like when they like you and when they are proper on you, all this tit for tat game, we're not going to be playing it.
It's not going to happen.
So anyways, this guy tried to do this thing to me. Mm-hmm. I said, don't worry, you will meet me there. So I ignored him. He started calling me. I ignored it. He started calling me. I ignored it. This guy started ringing off my line, texting me, belling me, sending me paragraph. And I was thinking, I got him. I was thinking,
you did it him.
I said, I got you. Good. The guy was spazzing out. Then I think I replied 2 weeks later.
2 weeks?
Yeah. Seeing how you want to play a game with me. I replied 2 weeks later and he replied straight away.
As you should.
Because he thought he was going to win this game.
Yeah.
Then after that, he replied back and he was like, no, don't worry, it's all good, take care. After he sent me a paragraph, the 2 weeks, if you see the paragraph he sent me, you know when it's too passionate, I said, nah. You know when you make a nonchalant bothered, like it's just like, got him.
Yeah, got you.
He was like, yeah, I wish you all the best. May God reward you the way you rewarded me. I was thinking, he said, I got you.
Wow, nigga. That was heartfelt.
I got you.
Wow. He got God into
He said,
this.
I hope the way God will surely reward you for said that. The way I'm laughing is wicked.
It's the fact you don't care.
I said, I got you. Then obviously, like a couple of weeks later, I was like, let me just. I just watched his story like maybe a month. I said, it's looking cute. Let me just like it. I just liked it. I just did a nice chicken.
Did he?
No, he didn't, but I know he wants me back there. Don't worry, that one is gonna load up. Don't worry. That one is loaded up.
All right.
The emotion was too much. There's too much emotion. I was like, nah, I got you forever.
But maybe you took it too far.
No, he's coming back. Okay. I promise you guys, we will bet all money on this. That boy is coming back.
We'll revisit this conversation.
He's definitely coming back. Okay. I'm sorry. He's 100%.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
He's 100% coming back.
Why wouldn't he?
But sometimes when it comes to women in male fields, you need to reward wickedness for wickedness. I'm sorry. It's an eye for an eye for me sometimes.
I'm really bad at those games.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
And then you're really bad at...
Like, I'm just like, I'll just not speak to you again. I don't have time for the game.
Do you know what?
I'm not participating.
Do you know what? I feel it. It's either you... I feel like removing yourself is the best thing.
Yeah. That for me, you'll learn. You won't do it. When you like another girl the way you liked me, maybe this will teach you not to mess around.
It's true, you know.
But I'm not falling for these games because men, they go after what they want, and I know this.
100%.
So I don't have... What's the games for?
Another girl said, made him react to something bad I did, then I called him crazy and dramatic.
Yeah. Classic.
Telling him I'm not ready for a relationship after acting like we in a relationship.
Oh.
You know, that one has caught me a couple times, you know. I had to man up. You see that one where a guy would say, oh, you know, I'm just seeing where it goes.
It's actually a sad life. He's not. He's
I'm
not
just going with the flow.
No.
We can't predict the future.
No. If you want me in your future, you're gonna make sure I'm in your future. We can predict it. You can even write it yourself. So, like, I don't want to hear that.
But when you are betting that England is going to win the Premier League, is that not a prediction of future?
Hello. You took that risk.
And you put your last £100 down.
You took the risk. It was worth the risk. To you, it was worth the risk.
You put your last 5 bills on that bet. But when it comes to me, you don't know any prediction.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Isn't that a coincidence? And then, do you know what I'm loving? I'm loving the hashtags right now. We have women in male fields. The hashtags right now, aside from those ones, have been completely spinning my mind. So we've got women in male fields that's popping on TikTok. Then we've got suspect. Suspect has.
Oh, those videos are hilarious. They are so funny to me. Like, whoever started that trend, honestly, I want to give you a bouquet of flowers because it's so funny. But I don't want to participate. I think I could cry.
I would listen. I think
I could cry.
I'm so Emmanuel, have you seen the suspect has?
No.
So suspect has, it's like somebody's running, so somebody's walking, and then the person behind the camera says something about that person.
Okay.
And if it's about the person, they run away. So it could be like, suspect has a crazy ex-girlfriend that keyed his car, and then you would run away.
Yeah.
But they're deep.
But
like, some of them are so deep. Like you've been thinking that, but now you're presenting it as a joke. But you've been thinking that. That's why I can't do it. I can't do it.
I feel like that one and the other one, we listen and we don't judge.
Oh, I did say to my partner, I was like, oh, maybe we should do it. But then there's honestly not really much that we like keep from each other. There's not really anything that I'm like, oh, I do this on in secret and you don't really know about it. And he's the same. So we couldn't do it. But again, some of them I'm like, oh my God, do you like your partner?
Some of y'all are just using these trends to confess how you really feel.
Yeah, like, do you like them?
There was one that I seen, and it was like, we listen, we don't judge. And this guy was saying how if his partner, because his partner's an influencer, if his partner has a parcel and the parcel is too small from a PR company, he throws it in the bin so that it doesn't clutter the house.
What?
We listen, we don't judge.
No, I'm judging.
We listen, we don't judge. Then I seen
because
one where,
some of the best things come in small packages.
I swear to God, do you know that f***ing Charlotte Tilbury eye cream? Do you know how small it is? Do you know how small the Charlotte Tilbury eye cream is? And it's 30 quid. The magic eye cream.
Rude. What was her reaction? She mustn't be happy.
We listen, we don't judge it. What can you do?
Do you know what? Fairs.
You lot are just using TikTok trends to expose how you really feel about the people in your life.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, I'm listening to them all and I'm judging.
Some of them are funny though, I will say
Some
that.
of them
Don't stop the entertainment. I appreciate it personally, but I don't want to participate.
I feel like it's getting a bit dark though. It's like, I like it when it's like, we listen, we don't judge, and it's funny. But when it's like, we listen, we don't judge, every time some guys, we listen, we don't judge. Imagine the woman is pregnant.
I'm scared for this one.
We listen, we don't judge. Sometimes when I close my eyes and dream, I dream about having sex with other women, and then I wake up and I come and kiss you on your head. We listen, we don't judge. We listen, we don't judge. The woman she was big belly pregnant, 7 months.
What the f*** do you say to that? Like, what? Now what? Now actually what?
Where do we go from here? You're thinking about shagging other women in your dream. You've used your dream line for fornication.
And you think it's okay because it's a dream?
That's a good question though. If your man told you, not gonna lie.
You don't need to be telling me that. Keep it in your... There's just certain things that you just don't need to actually say.
We don't have secrets anymore, and that's our biggest issue as society. Sometimes keep shit to yourself.
No, for real.
This, we listen, we don't judge. We are judging. I'm judging you with all my heart. I'm a judgment in the book of Judges. Mm-hmm. I'm judging you. Don't say everything and anything. And I'm hearing... There's some stories I'm hearing. It's like, like I slept with my cousin when I was 14. We listen, we don't judge. I'm judging.
I'm judging.
I'm judging.
I mean, unless you didn't know that was your cousin.
I'm still judging.
But like, if you didn't know and then you found out after, then fair enough. But again, some information definitely should be private.
That happens a lot
more.
But
did you hear about the man or the Netflix thing where and it's like, the problem is, what if they sleep with their siblings?
Yes. So there was a Netflix show, guys. I can't remember what it's called.
We saw him in Amsterdam airport.
He's still active.
He was with some woman, but we saw him outside, and we were like, oh my God, you was on this morning. And he must have flown back from London to Amsterdam because he went on that morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a guy, he has a Netflix series. I believe we're talking about the same one. So obviously there's some women's partners who can't conceive children because their sperm count is very short. When you smoke too much weed, your sperm count reduces, by the way, guys. Anyways, that's, I gotta help my man in a minute, keep the sperm going and that. Anyways, so there's some people's partners where their sperm count is quite low, or they might be in lesbian relationships where they want to have a child, but obviously they need to have a sperm donor. Mm-hmm. So people kept going to this website, and the website will say, okay, pick who you want. Do you want blue eyes? Do you want dark hair? And they had like maybe 100 profiles of different guys that different guys had different features. Some of them went to school, they went to university, they went to college. Some of them had different builds. So women were clicking and picking, they're adding to basket. I like this one with blue eyes. They had a choice. I like this one with blue eyes. I like this one with brown hair. Not knowing that there was only 2 people. There was only 2 people. They had 100 profiles, and every time you added to basket, it was either Bobby or Johnny that was ejaculating into a cup and sending it to your house.
And what was sick as well is sometimes they would both ejaculate into the cup to see what, like, who would get, like, who would win, whose sperm wins, basically.
Yeah. Who's got the fastest swimmer? Yeah.
Oh.
And they were doing it. This one guy was going to different countries, Amsterdam, America.
He was doing
Britain.
a world tour.
He was doing a world tour, ejaculating into cups and giving it to women who needed sperm donors. And one, he was cashing out. This guy might have over 200 children. Only God knows.
Mm-hmm.
They're still counting. Mm-hmm. They are still counting.
Yep.
Wait, how did they find out?
Like, so one of them, I believe, did like a DNA thing.
Like a 23, is it? That
23andMe or whatever, yeah. And then it got like, their DNA got tracked to, I think there was a few of them already. They
made a Facebook. So
yeah, I think a few of them were suspicious of things anyway.
Yeah.
And then it all just
unraveled. Imagine there's a Facebook for all the children. So when... So one of them was thinking, I need to know where I'm from. And then she now went to go and do her DNA test.
And then found she had
several siblings. And the siblings are all part of one Facebook group.
Yep.
So she's not added to the group. Another one was, they were from the same city. And somebody was like, your daughter looks like my son. Somebody Facebooked a parent, your daughter looks like my son.
I couldn't even imagine.
Come to find out they're siblings, half siblings, same daddy.
It's crazy.
Bro, that Netflix series.
I know.
That Netflix series, I have to definitely recommend.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe, yeah.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe.
We got some hot topics this week. Australia passes social media ban for children under 16.
Like that. I do like that, and I honestly agree.
Australia is cracking down on social media for kids. The country just approved a ban on social media for kids under the age of 16.
Yeah.
On Thursday, lawmakers rallied together across the aisle, putting partnerships aside to pass what many are calling some of the toughest social media controls seen worldwide. The ban casts a wide net covering popular platforms like X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Reddit, but curiously leaves YouTube untouched. Well, I would say YouTube has a good, they have like YouTube Kids, right?
They do.
And they have YouTube Adults.
But I think there is still a lot of parents that, you know, do still say, like, still be careful. Like, there are things that sort of get through the system and they're not supposed to or whatever. So kids are watching things they're not supposed to. But I think out of all of them, YouTube probably has the safest system.
Yeah. I would say good for you. All the little kiddie bops, 16 years old and under, good. I feel like that's something that needs to be applied globally. Because what is happening, this is my analogy. When I was younger, there were certain conversations that the adults had in the kitchen that I wasn't allowed to be in. Mm-hmm. Now, we have 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds being involved in kitchen conversation. Mm-hmm. When I have conversations on my podcast, I'm 27, you're 29. Mm-hmm. Somebody's watching this and they're telling me they're 16. What the are you doing here? Respectfully, go to your bed. I love you guys. I love the kiddie bops. But what are you doing here?
The kiddie bops, you calling them kiddie bops is killing me. Kiddie bops.
The kiddie bops? What are you doing here? We just finished talking about people having sex with their cousins. We just finished talking finished talking about men. Ejaculation in cups. What are you doing here?
I agree.
They don't have any business. For me, kiddie bops, go and focus on your studies. They're now looking at me and they're now looking at you and they're like, I want to look like Jayde Pissed. I want to do my makeup like her. I want to have my
And
body
you
tea.
ain't an adult like me, like. Oh goodness, sorry, I just burped down the microphone.
Go ahead. People have done worse. It's okay.
Better in than out. Wait, what was I saying? What was we speaking about?
We're talking about makeup and kids, the kid bobs doing makeup.
Yeah, I feel like, do you know what? When it comes to makeup and things like that, I was a child that did want to experiment when it came to makeup, and my dad was like, "Get that shit off your face. You're a little girl." Blah blah blah. And for me, it was like, now that I love makeup as much as I do, and obviously I made like a career out of it, I actually do wish that they would have nurtured that a little bit more. Like, I wish they would have seen it more as a passion, rather than me just trying to get dolled up. I mean, granted, there were a few concerns. Me not being able to go to the corner shop without a bit of makeup on, that's a cause for concern.
Of course.
However, the truth, two things can be true at the same time. So, but so basically I was still passionate at the same time as having the insecurities and stuff. I liked it. But there are definitely conversations, even when it comes to, I say to Ayla all the time, like, not all the time, but if I swear and I mess up, someone might be like, oh, you're not going to say sorry? And I'll be like, no, there's certain words adults can say and there's certain words children can't. She knows what she can and can't say.
Yeah.
Like, it's just as simple as that. So I completely agree. I think the pressure as well that comes from social media for these children. Like, we wanted Just Do It bags and Mackenzie jackets.
Yeah.
They want Gucci jackets and Chanel bags. That is a cause for concern. Because we're working people that can, and you know, it's not like we can just throw it about or whatever. Like, it's still something that we've still got to consciously think about if we're making purchases like that. But then they want their parents to give them Louis Vuitton bags for school.
You got the man them at 15, 16 in the Monclizzy.
Yeah.
Went back in the day.
Canada Goose.
In a Canada Goose. Went back in the day, we were wearing Mackenzie. What do you know?
And
what do you people know?
We were really happy with our Mackenzie. Like, you weren't
What do you know about
recognised.
Mackenzie?
Carl, I had a Mackenzie jacket still.
Did you have a Just Do It bag?
Nah,
what are you talking about?
It was too small. Those were too small. The A4 ones.
Yeah, they were for you found out they're too small.
That was too small. My mum wouldn't
What
let me
were
have
we
that
doing with an A4 bag and an A3?
To be
and
fair,
the
I've got
A3
bags that are smaller now.
No, but what we used to do is that we used to have the A4 Mackenzie bag, and we used to squeeze our A3 book bag.
So true.
It never fit. We would squeeze the book.
Because it would be bending.
It would be bending like this. We said, nah, drip is forever. Drip is forever.
Period.
I remember I used to want what's the shoes that everyone used to wear?
Kickers.
I wanted kickers for time.
Do you remember pastries? Yes, that was my that's all I wanted.
Vanessa and Angela Simmons.
Yes.
Reverend.
I loved pastries.
Guys,
I had a good few pastries.
What the do you know about pastries?
No, for real.
What the do you know about? I got pastries for I will never forget, I got pastries for my 14th birthday, and my mum gave it to me at church. And why I remember this is because I never used to get anything I ever wanted when I was in school. This was the first time that my mum thought, you know what, let me actually allow her, man, because she suffered enough. And she bought me the pastries. I remember they were purple, very on brand. They were white and purple, because purple is my favorite color. And I wore those shoes until the mouth was bending like this. Yeah. Until the mouth of the shoe was bending and they were crease up.
I loved them.
How many did you have?
I maybe had like a 3, but the ones I remember were black with like a bright yellow. Like
the gold.
They were quite out there.
They were out there.
It was out there, but I loved pastries.
Pastries was that, like, pastries was, you see how the girls are wearing what the girlie wear? Chanel runners. Pastries were Chanel runners at those times. Those shoes
and
were
back
busting.
then, I remember going to Jayde Sports with my dad, and he had a good month that month, and he was like, go on girls, you can get what you want. And they were like £50, but back then £50 was like £150. So I was like, I just felt like that big in my pastries.
Yep.
Like they really did their big one with that.
Like if you had pastries, and because it was an American brand, like it started in America, came to the UK. If you had pastries, you were just the big mummy, because it's like, yeah, this is an international shoe.
And I loved a high top.
I loved the high top.
I loved a high top. So everything was just high top. I was like, is it made for me at this point?
Pastry shoe. Those were good times, man. Speaking of makeup, I remember being at school, and obviously the kiddie bops now, they're really pasting their face. But I remember that back in the day, Dream Matte Mousse. Guys.
On the lips as well.
You were one of those with Dream Matte Mousse on the lips with gloss. You bloody cow.
I wasn't allowed to wear foundation.
Neither was I.
I wanted to be one of those girls because when I saw my friends doing it, I'm not going to lie, I thought, you look nice.
Yeah. Foundation on the lips.
With the lip gloss, I thought, you look nice. Like
no lip liner.
Yeah, no lip liner. No lip liner whatsoever. But there was something about it. And I don't know if it's just like, you know, when you're, as a human, you see something a lot of times and then you sort of adapt. I think it was that. But I actually weren't allowed to wear makeup. My mum, if I did go to my friend Charlotte, shout out you Charlotte, but when I did go to hers, she had very lenient parents. So if I was going to experiment with anything, it was going to be at Charlotte's house, right? And I put on makeup, I put on eyeliner, and I did take it off before I got home. But my mum knew. She was like, you've had makeup on, I know it. And I think, how do you know that? But I wasn't allowed.
I wasn't allowed either. I had two strict older sisters. Like, I feel like my sister Alice was so strict. She would not allow me to wear any makeup. So
what's the beef with it though?
I don't know what it was. It was just like maybe they didn't want people to think we was more older. I personally feel like upon reflection, it was just looking out for us. Because to be honest, at that age, the big men that was toasting me, upon reflection, I used to think when I was 16, 15, it was flattering. Like, oh, this big 20-year-old is talking to me. But in my adult years, that is so disgusting. So shameless and so clapped.
So disgusting.
But yeah, I used to think, oh yeah, like you know what they used to call me back at school? They used to call me jailbait. I swear to God, and I used to think it was a compliment because I was... I used to think it was a compliment that man said when I was 15, 16 years old, because I was very fully developed. I was very athletic because I used to play sports, but I've always had a bum, always had that. Yeah. They used to call me jailbait back in the day. The man there, very
and you ran with it.
And I was like, yeah. I said, yeah.
It's my MSN name at that point.
Woman. I'm a big woman. But upon reflection, you foul pieces of
real, even like with catcalling and stuff, I don't ever get catcalled now. But as in a school uniform,
I told the story that when I was in college, one of my school teachers took me out on a date.
What?
Have I never told this story?
Nah.
Bro.
What do you mean? How old were they? Yeah, how old were you?
So I was 17. It's not funny.
No, it's not funny. I agree.
It's not funny. I was 17 working in River Island in Bedford. Gang shit. And one of my school teachers came into the River Island and said that, he wants to buy shoes for his girlfriend.
You were going Bedford College?
I was going Bedford College. He was my teacher. No, he wasn't even my teacher from college. He was my teacher from secondary school. So he was my teacher from year 10, 11.
So he's seen you grow up.
He's seen me 15, 16. He's seen me. So he went to River Island. And he said he wanted to buy shoes for his girlfriend. So I said, oh, this is the shoe. This is a nice shoe, nice bag.
And he had a girl.
Wait, hold on. Listen.
Sorry, go on. Like, I'm going to let you land. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked. Go on.
Listen to the story. Everyone right now is like this.
No, literally.
Okay. So I gave him the shoes. I said, this is the shoe for your bag for your girlfriend. And he dropped me £20. Now, at that time, £20 was everything. I said, bearing in mind, I was getting paid £90 a month in River Island. So that £20, I said, hot stepper, big daddy. Yeah. I said, I collected the £20. I remember calling my girl Chelsea. I was like, Chelsea, you never guessed who I saw. I saw Mr. in River Island, and he gave me £20. She said, swear down. Remember what 17? I swear down. Like, hey, let's go to Nando's. So me and Chelsea went to Nando's. So I saw him again when I was at Bedford Station.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, I'm looking for a babysitter. I have a son. Can I take your number?
It gets worse.
I said, that's fine. I gave him my number. I said, I was just looking for money at that time. I was just looking for money. And I remember I had a little boo at the time. He was like 18, so I was 17, he was 18, and I called him. I was like, one of my school teachers, and I need a new job. I hate this job at River Island. He's asked me to go and do babysitting. He was like, yeah, sure, go for it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, so I was loved up. As he told me he needs to meet me in the Starbucks. Remember the Starbucks that used to be in Bedford Town? I don't know if it's still there. So he said, oh, let's go to Starbucks and chat. So I said, okay. But as he's texting me, he's like, oh, okay, babe. He's saying babe, he's saying boo. So I'm calling my young babe at the time, and I'm thinking, yo, like, this Mr. So he keeps calling me babe and boo. He's like, that means I think he likes you. I said, no, you can't like me. This is my school teacher from secondary school. We sit down in the Starbucks, and he's like, yeah, I have a son. He's disabled. He's got autism.
Okay.
And I'm looking for someone to look after him. And I said, yeah, obviously I only work River Island on the weekends. I'm still in college, so just let me know, what's good. This guy was like, yeah. And basically I'm living with my wife, but we're separated. And I'm like, okay, like, you gonna give me a job or what? Like, what's that got to do with me?
What are you telling me for?
This guy proceeded to tell me, I can't believe I've never told this story. This guy proceeded to tell me, he said, you know what, Joyce, like, bearing in mind, this guy's in his 30s. You know what, Joyce, like, when I saw you at school, like, I thought you were really mature for your age.
Hell.
He said, I thought you were really, really mature for your age. Like, I just used to see you, and, that's why, every time I saw you, like, I used to, like, just keep away from you.
Predators are among us always,
I really like you, and I really, really liked you. And in my head, I was thinking, in my school uniform. Do
you know how
this guy is a teacher?
And he was looking at you
in my school uniform at
thinking,
15.
Oh, you're more...
At 15,
you're mature.
Thinking, and he's telling me at 17 that you're really grown for your age. You're really mature. Like, I want to get to know you. He's telling me that he wants to get to know me. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is not what I came for. I want to do babysitter. I came to do babysitter.
Yeah, like, have I still got the job?
Now, I'm still thinking, yo. So I just said, I'm really taken aback right now, but can I give it some thought? He said,
that
yeah.
That was a very mature response, to be fair.
Because I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked because my boo said he was joking. Maybe he liked you, and I was laughing. I said, this older man, I was laughing. Then I now called, as soon as I left that Starbucks, I now called my boo at the time, and he was laughing. He was like, yeah. He was like, let's finesse him. He was like, yeah, let's. He was like, go finesse him. He's got money, yeah. Just go finesse him. What I say is this: at that age, stuff like that to me, it didn't think like anything. As I'm older and I'm 27, I'm going through ages, I'm thinking, some of these men are so disgusting.
Was you flattered at that point, or was you taken aback at that point as well?
What? That point I was taken aback, right, because I was 17 going to 18.
And like, you're a big tearing ass man.
And you're telling me at school, when I was 15, that you fancied me in my school uniform and blazer. Do you know how insane that is to me? Like, so even then I was like, what the
Yeah.
Anyways, I say this to say there was a reason why our parents were like that, because you will be surprised how many... this wasn't supposed to be a trigger warning, but I'm going to have to trigger warning it because it's become a trigger warning. You'll be surprised how many men are predators.
No, for real.
Absolute
it's very
predators.
Frightening.
But yes, when I was at school, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. So what I used to do, I used to steal stylist's makeup. First of all, everyone just calm the down, all right? Emmanuel is looking at me like, what the Can you say something?
Happy December, guys.
You're such an idiot. But yeah, so stylist never used to let me wear makeup. So I used to steal her Dream Matte Mousse from her makeup bag. I used to wear it in the toilets on the way to school. Mm-hmm. And then when I went home, I used to go to the corner shop. I didn't even have money for wipes. I didn't even have money to buy £1 wipes.
They never even took everything off anyway. That's how I got caught.
I used to sneakily go to the corner shop and pick wipes from the corner shop.
What? You should open the packet?
Yeah, I'll open my packet and take one wipe. I'll open the packet and take one wipe and wipe my face and go about my business. And then one day I didn't have time. They caught me picking the wipes and told me to get the out. So I walked home. And the thing is, yeah, it was one of those things where it wasn't even blending. The thing wasn't blending. Anyway, stylist caught me. She beat me to Ras Clarks. She beat me to Ras and I didn't wear. But yeah, but that wasn't the makeup that we're talking about at school is not the makeup we're seeing now. Ours was, we just wear quick foundation.
Like, there wasn't even any way of making that look more natural, to be fair.
Bro.
Like, it was just a shit show.
We just wear one all over powder.
Yeah.
Mascara.
And it would be layers of it. The spider leg lashes that everyone wanted. Don't mess with them.
When we weren't doing individuals, we weren't doing strips. We will paste mascara. Paste mascara.
Will you?
Yeah.
I'll take it, babe. Banging.
We'll paste mascara onto our eye.
I will try the little porn star martini though.
Do go.
I'll see how I'm feeling this one. I mean, the consistency is looking lovely, darling.
We're finna get, what are we cheersing to? We've not cheersed to anything.
Oh, that's good as well, babe. Cheers. Cheers to me being on the pod and you having a wonderful pod. Shout out to you, Joyce. Because your pod is phenomenal. I sit there and watch it whenever you post anything. Even if I don't know the person, I'm gonna watch it because I love you and the energy you bring out in other people as well. So shout out to you. Thanks for this.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
What's your plans for Christmas? Talk to me. Don't worry. We'll clean it after. What's your plans for Christmas?
It's always the same. I always spend it with my mum. I always go to my mum's house.
Lovely. Romantic.
I mean, I suppose so. With presents, I do get my family a few presents, but I do keep it minimal. I used to go crazy. I used to lose my mind when it came to presents. Like, I just wanted to spoil everyone.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where the Christmases were becoming really stressful for me because throughout the year, the only time I really have off is Christmas. Like, because everyone else at a certain point, like middle of December, my management have gone, the brands have gone. There's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, so like, it's the time I have off, but then I was using all that time to fight for my life in shops for everyone else's presents.
Girl.
And my thing is, truthfully, I'm very generous all year round to all of my family. So for me, it's like, no, I'm actually going to take this time and not do too much. I'm not to say no one's going to get nothing. I mean, to be fair, there's been a couple of years where no adults have got nothing. I swear on my life. But this year, I will be doing a few presents, but I'm not going all out. I only go all out for my daughter, Ayla. Yeah. I would go out, I'd get my niece presents as well. Her and her mum and dad, they have a different religion, so they don't necessarily celebrate Christmas. They have a celebration before Christmas, so I will still get her presents and things like that. But it's just about Ayla.
Yeah, for
all you adults.
I agree. Because one thing about me, there was a time where, because I don't like embarrassment, so I would say I used to do this thing where I used to go all out on gifts because I cared about what the person thought about the gift. Okay. So it was like, if the gift, I need this gift to be off.
Yeah, like you need a reaction.
Yeah, I need a reaction. But then I started to realize all these big gifts that I'm giving and you're coming to bring me socks. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, now. For real. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, it's not about receiving the gift. It's not about what you get back. But sorry.
Like, why am I fighting for my life then?
Why did I go... Like, it's the effort made.
I'll wait till your birthday. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I
Plus,
agree.
all of my family, so 8th of January, Ayla's birthday. And then you've got my best friend's birthday on like the 20th of January. Then you've got my mum's birthday, 28th of January. Steph's birthday, 1st of February. And then you've got my little brother. And then everyone's is in the start compact of the year.
Yeah.
At this point, You don't need Christmas presents.
I agree. I feel like adults, unless it's like, yeah, adults, man, I can't lie.
Like you're gonna get a couple of things, but the way I used to go hard before, like people were getting iPhones and like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, there's no point.
There's no point.
And especially like, I'm sorry, in this economy, don't kill yourself for gifts. Because you know what I've realized? A lot of people ain't killing themselves for gifts. Go work within your means. Because guess what? You see that December payday? It's extra, it's longer. That December to January payday. It's longer.
It is, it is.
So that money that you have for December, you need to hold it a bit longer. Because when that January drops, you're gonna have to wait.
Do you do anything for New Year's?
I go to church every New Year's.
Oh, that's lovely.
I've never been to actually tell them that's the biggest lie I've ever told. I was about to say I've never been to party for New Year's, but last December when I spent New Year's in Ghana, I went to church from 1:15. I was in the club. I wasn't playing games, but usually I'll go to church and do my hot fire prayer. Because my enemies cannot follow me to 2025. They need to start weak.
Amen.
So they need to start
They
weak.
need to start weak. Okay.
They need to start weak.
Okay.
So I do my hot prayer when my wig is sweating and pulling back. Then I can enter the year with style and steez. What about you? What do you do for New Year's?
Nothing.
Really?
Me and my partner stay in and we plan for the new year.
Oh, nice.
And we just manifest. Last year I actually spent it with some friends. I'm not sure if I'll do it again.
You wasn't feeling it? Meh.
I'd rather just be in my apartment with my man in my safe spot talking about what we're going to make the rest of the year look like.
I do love December for that. December, I'm not going to lie, December, my mind has been doing this. I feel like the clocks and the cogs have been moving in terms of what's going on next year. I keep saying Kaisenat and his...
I saw your story today.
And his... Was it megathon or marathon? His mafiathon. Kaisenat has been telling me to step my game up all November. Every time I saw him on my For You page, every time I saw a stream, I said, nah,
he seems lovely.
He seems so amazing. I cannot wait to meet him. Thank you, Letty.
So much. Best strawberry maker in the whole of the world.
Ever. I kept seeing him.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks good.
It is good, you know.
Guys, I'm having a skinny margarita because guys, I'm trying to be skinny. But
skinny legend.
Trying to be a skinny legend, period. But this Kaisenat has been inspiring me in terms of my content, in terms of my work ethic, in terms of my drive. I just feel like this December, I've been thinking about what content am I going to be putting out? What things am I going to be giving to the bad boys and girls? Patreon, Dirty December. What am I going to do for that? How am I going to, capture the moment and put it on the internet so people know what I want? And yeah, that's just what I've been doing. So when you do your plans and processes for the new year, what are the kind of things that you plan for? What are the kind of things that you're excited about?
So it can be as simple. We once got a massive board, and then half the side was mine, half the side was his, and then the middle was what we want to do together.
Do you know how sexy that is? I love it. Do you know how sexy that is?
Thank you. I have never thought of it as sexy.
It's sexy.
If you're saying it is, then it is.
You know when you have a man that's a visionary as well, like you guys can dream together. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what, and then you both can hold each other accountable. Oh my God, I will bite the apple.
Yeah. No, it's good, and it's nice to have someone that is on the same page as me all the time.
Yeah,
that is my bestest friend in the whole entire world. I can't even explain it. That's my person. But yeah, we we tend to, one side's mine, one side's his, and then we have the middle side. So for 1 year, before I passed my driving test in January this year.
That makes one of us.
Oh, have you not passed yet?
Just don't.
No, babe, I was on it for so long, and then it got to the point when I moved out of London, I was like, I need to be doing my life driving again. Like I can't be getting Ubers everywhere now, so I have to drive. So I passed in January, got my first car in March, and it's been the best thing ever. But before that was on my board, like get the driving done.
Emmanuel.
You not either?
No, I've got my driving license, but someone doesn't.
Babe, it's a lot though. Like when you're in London though, it's even harder because you're like, I actually don't even need this.
I feel so attacked.
No, babe,
No,
I'm 29. I passed at January. I passed at 28. Like it's actually.
I don't want that to be my destiny,
babe,
but it's looking
never
like
too
it.
late. It's actually never too late. Me passing now, I honestly feel I cried my eyes out. The examiner said, I've never seen anyone react like that in their life.
Were you balling?
I was shaking. I had to get out the car. I had to step out the car. When he told me, because you know what it is? It took me 4 times to pass. 4 times, yeah? And on that 3rd time, when I failed, I was like, I'm never doing it. I'm not made for it. I'm meant to be a passenger princess. Like, it's not for me, blah, blah, blah. And my mum was like, please don't give up. Please. Like, she was like, please, like, don't give up. So I did it for the 4th time. And when I did that test for the 4th time, I was days away from my theory running out. So I was like, I need to do this.
It's do or die.
And you know what it was, right? So he was like, I told him that this was my 4th test. So when we stopped and we done the test or whatever, he was like, it's your 4th test, isn't it? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm really sorry to tell you. And I was like, I just felt defeated. I felt crumbled. I just thought, this what am I doing this for? And he was like, I'm so sorry to tell you, you're never going to have to come back again. And I had to step out the car. I was hyperventilating. I was like, thank you so much. He was like, I didn't do anything. You did it.
You've done enough.
Mike, when I was driving back with my instructor, because he was like, you can't drive back, you're too... he was like, you can't drive back. So I'm in the car and I'm crying. I'm like, Mark, shout out you, Mark. Like, honestly, I miss you, actually. But I was like, Mark, I can't believe it. And he was like, you need to calm down. Like, I've never seen anyone react like this. It was so special. So don't ever think that, like, no matter if you were 17, 27, 37, it's always going to feel special. I promise you.
You mother ate that.
I promise you.
Because see me, I told everybody in December, I said, guys, if I don't get my license, slap me. Nah, I basically said, if I don't get my license, I said 2024, I'm getting my license, or I'm a gollywog. I don't even know what I said, but I just said, I need to get this license. And I was standing on business, and I swear to God, guys, I did 1 lesson. Lesson.
What is it for you that stops you? Is it just like your schedule, how busy you are? Because it is hard, like in this industry, to like find that hour or 2 to... Not every week looks the same.
I feel like I needed Emmanuel to hold me more accountable. He's so useless. Like, everybody was here when I said it. You should have
my fault.
It's your fault, babe.
Yes, it's your fault. When I said it in December and I told everybody, guys, I'm going to get my license. I see you every week. You should have been pushing me. But you are too busy getting girlfriend. That's why. That's
2025. Don't worry, we go again.
But it is the best. Don't ever give up. It is the best thing ever. But I do understand when you're in London, you genuinely don't really need it that much. But yeah, to go back to the whole manifestation and mood boards and stuff. So that was on the list. And then
what else was on the list?
How much I want to make a month, how much he wants to make a month. So on my side, it'd be how much I want to make a month. On his side, it'd be how much he wants to make a month. In the middle, it'd be things, for example, like I remember having on there, like really plan the school holidays, like really like every school holidays now, it's like Ayla's either going away or we're gonna have time in London. We're gonna go to the arcade, cinema, shopping.
Oh, I love it.
Just really planning the school holidays, because I'd find that I'd get to the school holidays and then like wouldn't block out that time for her holidays, and then it's like, you know, I have her during the week, Monday to Friday, but then she's at school Monday to Friday. So then we only have a bit of an evening, and then she goes to her dad's side of the family during the weekend. So really and truly, the only time I get to have fun with her, proper fun,
It's after school.
is either after school, but then even that, it's like homework. You got to get in the bath, you got to get dinner done, all of that sort of stuff. And then you've got to get in bed so that you've got enough energy for the school tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the school holidays is really the only time where it's like you can stay up, you ain't got no school, whatever. So for me, that was a big priority to really plan the school holidays. But that sat in the middle because it's obviously something that we've got to do together. So yeah, it can be, it doesn't even necessarily need to be about career. It can be just like little personal goals, like driving and passing your test and whatnot.
I got 2 questions for you from that. The first one is, you mentioned that you talk about your finances, like you plan your finances. Is that something that's an open discussion in your relationship?
Yes.
Because I hear a lot of things about, some people are like, no, we feel like women shouldn't, like people don't ever discuss, or they're never open about their finances when they're in a relationship. And you're saying that, no, this is something that we embody in my relationship.
You know, I can put on my mood board what I'd like to make a month. If I've made double that, if I've made double that month, I'm not gonna go to him and be like, I made double this month than what I anticipated. Mm-hmm. It's just that I am honest with what I would like to make in a month, like when we're talking about mood boards and stuff. But
do you guys know how much each other make? Do you know how much debt you have? Do you know, like, in terms of that sort of vulnerability with finances, is that something that you embody in your relationship? Or is there sometimes where it's like, it's not everything that everybody must know? No,
I'm very open, and so is he. Yeah.
That's good. I feel like with me, do you know what it is? I feel like in the industry that I'm in, I probably won't be so open. I don't think I could be very open with my finances.
Why is that?
I feel like just because I don't want a guy to feel insecure about how much money I make.
Then you're not my man. You're not supposed to be for me.
Oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's that then. You said that so black and white. You're like, well, you ain't my man.
You're not my man then. If you're going to be threatened by something like that, there's so much more about me than how much I make or anything like that. Like, there's so much more about a person as well that honestly, it shouldn't even be a concern.
Thank you. You mother ate that.
Yeah, that's not my man if I have to worry about things like that.
Can I ask you another question? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the second question is, I love the relationship that your partner has with your daughter. Mm-hmm. In terms of co-parenting, because I know there's so many single mothers out there that, you know, it didn't work out with the father of the child and they're trying to re-enter a relationship, having a child. How do you navigate that? For anyone that's out there who's a single mother who wants to find love again, but also has a responsibility of being a mother. How do you navigate that?
I think for me, I think I got quite lucky in the sense where it was kind of like, it wasn't anything that I was necessarily searching for. We had been friends before, and it was kind of, without us realizing it, it was always like in front of us. It wasn't something that I had to go and, so it wasn't like I was like, I really want somebody, I'm gonna have to go find this person. We just ended up falling in love when we did, and I think I've got quite lucky with that. I would say to the women that, you know, are a single mother and maybe have been single for a while and are yearning for that relationship, I would say, decide what it is, exactly what you want from a partner, and be specific. Don't be like, oh, I just want a nice man. There is a lot of nice men in the world, but do you want them to earn a certain amount? Do you want them to have children or not? Do you want them to have a schlong or not? A big, do you want,
it's important to you.
Do you want Like, there's so many things. And I think that when I was young in particular, I'd always be like, I just want a nice person. But there is nice everywhere you go. And as a single mum, we can, a lot of the time, tend to be broken down and feel quite insecure about the fact that we have a child because, you know, there's a stigma that comes with that. When you have a kid and you're a single mom and you sort of end up feeling like, who's going to want me when I've got a kid and things like that. Don't do that to yourself. I think that you've also got to be aware that there's a lot of men out there that also have children. And I think that we carry the burden because as a mom, you sort of tend to carry most of the load. So you sort of think like, how am I even going to have time for another partner? But you could meet somebody that also has a child, but ultimately, you having a kid doesn't mean that you are less worthy or like you don't deserve any sort of love.
Yeah.
Decide exactly what it is that you want so that when you do date and you're speaking to these people, you can just weed them out easily. You're not even going to take anyone seriously that is not adhering to the list that you want. And when I say list, I don't mean like, they've got to be on point with every single thing. Like you could find the perfect man, but like he doesn't dress that well. But it's like, that can be worked on. Do you know what I mean?
We could fix
work
it.
on that.
We could change the jeans. We could change the jeans.
You know what I mean? So like, find out your non-negotiables and believe that you are worthy of love.
I love that. And I want to ask you a question. This is for the bad boys and girls. We were talking about, obviously, you having a daughter so early, and kind of like spending your early 20s being a mother. How did you discover Jayde in her adult years? How do I even answer? I'm trying to ask the question because I feel like when you're 20, 21, that's a monumental time to discover who you are.
Yes, babe.
And then obviously you having a daughter, you now had to focus on motherhood. So when was the moment that you finally found yourself whilst still being a mother?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Wow. Truthfully, I feel like maybe this year or last year.
Wow.
That makes me a bit sad.
No. In what sense? Like,
I think that, I don't know. I think like, I've just been trying to juggle it all. Like, and like, this is the first, maybe last year and like this year has been like the first sort of few years where I felt like I actually know how to do this mothering thing. Like, it's not new anymore. And like, when you become a mum for the first time, I think a lot of people, and you put the pressure on yourself, you feel like you're just supposed to know. You feel like you're just supposed to know all of these things and know how to juggle it all. And you think you're supposed to carry the load really lightly. But then as I actually give myself a lot of grace now, like everything that I went through and publicly or privately or whatever it might have been, like, well, I actually don't even know how I did that a lot of the time. I don't even know. I think it's been this year where I've been like, but they do say that after 7 years, you kind of go back to your default.
Okay.
So I'm thinking she's 7, gonna be 8. Maybe that's just what happened. Like maybe I just left my body long enough to just go back to how my hormones to go back to normal. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is the first year that I have felt like, do you know what? I can boss mothering, I can boss my career, I can do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But initially you were struggling to find that balance.
Oh yeah.
Girl, it's not easy. And I'm so glad I asked you this question because, you know, I have so many friends who are mothers and it's like you get so lost in motherhood, rightfully so. You've brought a beautiful human being into this world. But I hear a lot of conversations, it's like you almost lose yourself a little bit.
And I was lonely, but not actually lonely. I felt lonely because I was a young woman that was going through this situation. None of my kids had babies. And like even a lot of the content creators that I knew, like none of them had babies. Like, a lot of them are starting to have babies now. And I'm like, how did I do that 7 years ago?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't understand.
You ate.
Thank you. It's been an honor to raise her.
And she's beautiful. And she looks just like you. And
Do you know what's funny though? I see her daddy a lot. But you know when me and her dad were together, people would say we look like brother and sister.
but you know there's
We're just two mixed race people.
No, we just light skinned. Girl.
I'm so sorry.
Jayde wants to go and drop her strawberry mojito. I got a question for you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you've spoken about being in a relationship that doesn't fulfill your personal needs. What did you mean by that? And how did you heal from that situation?
I'm trying to really think about. Ask the question again.
So you've spoken about being in a relationship that doesn't fulfill your personal needs.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that? Like what personal needs? And how did you heal?
I think that there is like an actual like gut feeling that you have in you when like you know something's not really serving you.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like before I had
Charlie, if you take that sausage roll,
I'm gonna half it with you later, Charlie.
No, look at the way he's looking in the bag.
It's a good one. It's actually it's not a Greg's one. It's like it's a bougie sausage roll. So I can understand why he's feeling that.
He keeps poking. Did you guys see the way he just stood there and poked his head in the... No, it's not your food. You know what he did today? I went to the shop to go and buy a new wig cap, yeah. I came back, all his food, he ripped a hole in his food and cleared the whole thing. He cleared the whole bag.
Charlie, you can't eat for 2 weeks.
And I was wondering, I said, why are you running away? Because when he does something wrong, he'll run outside. So
Yeah, they know.
He's like running away, running outside. I thought he needed to wee. I pulled the door open and asked her, I said, so that's why you're running?
Why are you running?
Why are you running? Anyways, so
yeah, no, I think there's a gut feeling that comes from it, and I think that you know when you're not like honoring that feeling.
Yeah.
I think for me, before I had Ayla, things were like, before you have a child, dating is a lot less serious.
Yeah.
So like you accept things that you wouldn't necessarily accept in like a husband, because it's just like, oh, I'm just dating and like God knows where this would go. And
Yeah.
like when you're young, you kind of like
low expectations.
Yeah, you just have low expectations. And I when I had Ayla, the number one question that I had for myself was, would I accept this for my daughter?
Wow.
Answer was no. So I wasn't gonna. That was literally it. That was my decider.
And how did you heal from that situation? Was it something where it's like, now you have a partner who is fulfilling those needs, or did you have to do some self-work initially? Or was it your daughter? Because it seems like from this conversation, your daughter was the one that changed your mindset.
She definitely changed my mindset for sure. How did I heal from that? I think it's a mixture of things. I do think it is being in a relationship that I feel so safe in, so adored. I feel so adored. And then on top of that, having my daughter, and then on top of that, me just getting older, and just like, when you have a kid, I think you realize how like you need to take your life a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're not,
do better.
yeah, I was gonna say shame on you, but that just seems a bit deep, doesn't it? But like, yeah, do better.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so important to grow and evolve in different aspects of your life. I can't believe there are some people that they have kids and they just still have the same mindset as they did before. Life is different.
How has that little person not changed your entire existence? I don't know. She has changed my life. I genuinely don't get it.
God, I am so excited for that epiphany moment that I feel like the girlies have after they have a child.
But don't have that epiphany moment for the wrong person.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Like, don't do that. You don't even want an epiphany. You don't even want to have that awakening where it's like, oh, what have I done? And like, now life is serious now that I've had a child. You just want it to be with the right person. Because I think that was the most painful thing to me.
Yeah.
Although I didn't want this relationship anymore, no one plans to be a single mom.
Yeah.
No one plans for that.
It's true.
So that was the hardest part. So no, you're not going to have an epiphany. You are gonna have a baby, and the person you have a baby for is gonna make you feel secure, that baby's secure, and you're not gonna have some awakening where it's like, oh, what did I do? It's gonna be amazing.
I just said off camera, I was saying that I said if I don't have a baby, if I don't find anyone by 30, I have a rich baby daddy that's lined up, that we've already agreed. That's it.
Contracts in place.
Contracts in place, that you have my shade.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. So I feel like for me, as like, obviously I would love to be with someone who, you know, I'm in love with, and then we have a child together and develop love. But if I'm 30 and I haven't quite got there yet, sorry guys, I have a rich baby daddy.
And if that's all you, because I knew somebody from my past. Sorry, I'm gonna burp. Hold on.
God.
I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I knew somebody in my past, and she was an older lady, and she wanted a child so bad, and she didn't find anybody to have that child with, and she sort of went into that journey by herself. In her late 40s to do like IVF and things like that. And she's just raising the baby by herself. And for her, she's like, I don't care if there's a man that's present. She just wanted her child.
She wanted her child, yeah.
She wanted her child. So I feel like whatever it is that's going to fulfill you, just do that. I don't want any of you ladies to have that epiphany moment.
Yeah.
Just, it's a serious thing. Like choose wisely for yourself. I'm not joking. But regardless, no regrets.
And in terms of your career, like obviously, like you were talking about, you feel like you can balance being a mother and also being a boss. So what's the boss season looking like for you? What's 2025 looking for you? I said looking for you, looking at you. Looking for you, looking down
I feel like
looking there. Sorry. Go on.
She's in her rap era.
No, I
can see you being a rapper,
Just don't even get me started, guys. All right. Just don't even get me started.
We're going to think of your rap name after that. Anyway, I think, what was we talking about? What did we say? What was we just saying?
We were talking about, so you were talking about how you've been able to balance, now you're in a place where you're balancing your motherhood and your boss lady. So what's boss lady giving?
This year has sort of been like a test run. This year was the first year in, I think it was either May or July. May or July.
Is the strawberry daiquiri?
It is.
Strawberry daiquiri.
It's mojito.
Strawberry more.
Yeah, that's what it is. Strong one. No, I think I went in May or June, and this was the first year that I had set up a whole trip for. I've always been like, I'm a control freak in my career. Like, I don't feel like anyone can edit the way that I see it in my brain. Mm-hmm. How do you take pictures the way I see it in my brain? How does anyone do anything the way I see it in my brain? And I've had to like come into a place where it's like, you cannot do this by yourself. Don't be so stupid. Yeah. No one makes a successful business all by themselves. And there is in fact a lot of people that are better than you at what you do. So stop thinking that you know it all and that you have to have it all figured out, when ultimately I was doing the job of about seven, 8 people, and I didn't need to be doing it. So this year was the first year that I sort of had taken more people on. I've got my photographer, I've got my hairdresser, I've got a videographer that I work with, I've got a couple that I work with. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to take us all to Sicily. We're going to bang out content on that trip and just have the best time. And it was the first time I wouldn't say PR trip because it wasn't like for a brand in particular, but it was the first time that I had flown everybody out, paid for everyone's accommodation, and looked after everybody that was on that trip. And it was needed because next year it's go time again. Like that trip was like, even the conversations that we got out of that trip was amazing. It wasn't just work. It was a bonding experience, human to human. So I loved that. I'd like to do more things like that, bring more people on my team, because as I said, I recognize I can't do this by myself. Yeah. And I feel like when I do bring that team, it will just amplify everything, because if I've been doing what I've been able to do alone, imagine with a team.
Period. I feel like I'm going through the exact same motion as you, like building out a team. Like I realized very early on that I can't do shit myself. And I feel like I've kind of been blessed to have people to help me navigate this journey.
It's so hard to know who to trust.
honestly, I feel like I got lucky. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I know me and Emmanuel always we always go back and forth, but I hear people's stories about their editors. And Emmanuel was my first ever editor. And he has just constantly just blown me away. Like
that's what I need to find, an editor.
Finding a good editor is hard, guys.
Yeah.
It's hard. Finding someone that like you said, that understands what's here.
Yeah. Do you feel like he gets, like, do you feel like he has a similar brain to you in terms of what needs to be done?
I very rarely send
amendments.
Emmanuel just gets me. I don't know what he done or how he's done. Maybe because it's a podcast, so he spends most of his life listening to my voice and it's ringing in his brain cells. Yeah, but Emmanuel just understands what I need when I need it.
That's amazing.
Like, and I literally had a conversation with someone the other week, and they were like, this editor thing is hard. I'm looking for an editor. That my editor is bad. Rem knows. My editor is hard, and I'm just like, yo.
For me, it's like, if I've got to go back and do all these amendments, just give me the job myself and I'll edit it up. That's how I feel. And then again, that's me trying to be in control.
There was one time I fired Emmanuel. There's one time where I said to Emmanuel, sorry, I'm going to find someone else. And I went out and saw it in the streets, and I came back, I said, Emmanuel, sorry. I came back and I said, Emmanuel, sorry.
What did he do?
What did you do?
I don't even remember.
No.
Do you not remember this? When I said, Emmanuel, I'm going to get a new editor, and I left for like 2 weeks. I didn't call anyone, and I called you back. I said, Emmanuel, I'm not going to lie, yeah. This was very early on. I learned very early on that the streets is cold. Emmanuel doesn't remember. It's even for the best.
Maybe that's maybe he's like traumatized by that and put it at the back of his brain.
Back of his head. No, it was very, very early on us working, but I feel like finding a team that understands your vision and understands how your brain works and understands how you like things visually is very, very difficult.
And I know I'm not the easiest person as well, because I can almost explain something and I don't finish the sentence off because I assume you finished the sentence off for me.
And then you get annoyed because it's like, why don't they know?
Why didn't you get that?
Why don't you get that?
What do you mean you didn't read my mind?
No, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. I'm so toxic.
Yeah, there's a problem.
That's me. I'd be like, so why didn't you clip this out? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But when I said you should do this part, I meant you should do this part and then cut the middle so it looks like a whole collection and add the visuals. But it's like, I knew it in my brain, but sometimes I'm learning to articulate it. But to be honest, Emmanuel just gets me. So that's what it is. He's the only man in my life that gets me.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
Lovely.
But it's, again, like, I think it's about, generally this season, it's about, like you're talking about, manifesting and praying for the right people to come along.
Also, there's another thing as well where sometimes I can get a little bit of anxiety around doing something new, but then every time I do that something new, it's been one of the best things for me.
Okay.
So like, I'm trying to go, like, like we kind of have gut feelings when it comes to things. It's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this or whatever. But sometimes I have that gut feeling and it's like my brain's trying to trick me out of my position, like, because it's just not familiar or it's not comfortable. And as I said, I'm a creature of comfort, like massively. But then sometimes when I do something that I feel sick about doing, it's been the best thing ever for me. So I'm also trying to like go with that feeling of nothing great comes out of being comfortable.
Woof. Preach, honey. That's a good one.
Yeah, I need to be uncomfortable. Stop being uncomfortable again.
Honestly, I think we're gonna have to get into this on that. You see that feeling of uncomfortableness. You have to drive through it, and I feel like I'm at a stage right now where I rarely find things uncomfortable because rarely. If I say I'm gonna do it. If I say I'm gonna move here, move it. If I say I'm gonna go and disgrace myself, maybe to be butt naked on the road, that one I'll be. But 9 times out of 10, don't be naughty.
No!
Don't be naughty. 9 times out of 10, I'll just do it because I've trained myself to push through feeling uncomfortable or feeling like it's going to embarrass me or feeling like every time something feels like it's going to be embarrassing, I do it.
Being on social media and being in the public eye and having a how do I word it? Having a lot of people's eyes on you and stuff, and say like there's a lot. Okay, let me go back. Sorry, I'm doing that brain thing again.
I love it.
I find with me, a lot of my fear comes out of what would someone on the internet say. I don't want to give them ammo for something. I could have. It could be something that I said years ago, or whatever. They'll be like, "Oh, just like the time you," or I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but like, it's like I've tried to stay kind of silent just to not give anyone anything to say. And I think that I need to be, when I first was on social media, I was so opinionated, not in like a bad way, not in like a I'm going to get cancelled way, but like I was so opinionated.
Yourself.
I would post all the time on wherever. And I feel like that's where I've got to. And then recently I've just been like avoiding any, like, I just don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to hear your opinion on me, like, fuck off. And I've just been trying to avoid it. But now I'm just like, do you know what? Again, I'm just trying to be comfortable. I need to be uncomfortable. People are going to say shit.
Oh, 100%.
There's no avoiding that.
Oh, God. People are going to say shit. And I feel like, I know you've had a journey. I know you've had there's a big part of your life with online bullying and things like that.
Real life bullying as well, and I think that has affected me too. Being at school and being real life bullied, to then going online and then being online bullied. It's like, where's the escape? People are mean.
People are mean.
But there's also really good people in the world. I have some of the best supporters ever. Like when I speak to them, I'm like, we are so like-minded, and thank God that we've connected on the internet. So as much as there's always a yin and a yang and a up and a down and a left and a right. There's always going to be people, and there's always going to be good people as well. So just pour into those good people.
Exactly. It's about where you shift your focus. Because trust me, when you're on a platform and you're doing things and you're doing well, people are always going to chat. But to be honest, what helps me is that knowing that a lot of people just project onto you.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people that say they don't like. Sometimes you know what I love doing? I love clicking on people that have hate, that tell me stuff. They're like, oh yeah, that podcast episode was and it's like, oh, you know, there's or why does Joyce always do this? And I click on their page and I see that they got a YouTube on there, and I click on the YouTube and I see they've got a podcast that's got 50 views. You dead. How can I say you did? How can I listen to anything you've got to say about me?
Yeah, like you want to be in my position, to be honest.
Like, you wish you was me, babe. Like, so, like, I really don't hear it. A lot of times I just look through it. It's like a lot of people would want to be in your position, but they don't.
And try to trick you out of yours.
Yeah, and try to trick you out of yours. Exactly. They can't understand. They're like, why is it her, not me? Because I've clearly got something better to say than her. So when I look at it like that, I just kind of leave it to God. Yes, of course, things hurt. Yes, of course, you know, there's sometimes where the internet does get to me, and you know, I just kind of have to deal with it the way I deal with it. But like you said, it's about focusing on the people that love you, focusing on the people that appreciate you, and focusing on the people that, you know, uplift our platforms. Exactly. And that's what it is. But I want to quickly do something before we go. We need to rush this through. This is 1 hour 40. I told myself 1.5 hours. I'm trying to cut this show short. We're far too long, guys. We spent far too long on this show. Yeah, which, guys, next year, 1 hour. You're not going to fuck this 2 hours anymore. No, wait. Guys, we need to expand. I'm cutting the hours down. You know, when we first started the manual, we said we were going to do 1 hour episodes. What the fuck happened?
The conversations are banging, innit?
Yeah, hello! Like, why make it 1 hour when the conversations are what they are? Hello! And do you know, when I'm doing my hair and makeup, Joyce, an hour's not enough. You think an hour's enough? Now I've got to click on a whole nother YouTube video when I could have just stayed on yours.
I feel like we need to do a part 1, guys. 1 hour is, guys, it's getting.
But do your audience complain about long episodes?
They don't. But it's very strange when they see 2 hour episodes. They're like, guys, we eating tonight.
Yeah,
that's what I see. Because
literally.
We eating, guys. Yeah. 2 hour episode, we eating. But guys, don't even don't
change what's not broke. All right.
Win or Right, we're going to play Win or Bin. So,
All right.
I'm going to give you a topic of conversation.
All right.
And you're going to tell me whether it's a win or a bin and why.
Okay.
Christmas edition. Win or bin Secret Santa.
Do you know what? I'm going to say bin because I don't actually enjoy them.
Okay, why?
I don't want to find a gift for under a certain amount. I just want to spend what I want to spend. And also, I probably not going to like the gift I receive.
Yeah, facts. I've done one Secret Santa when I used to work at Tesco deli counter with all the old women.
And it's not a secret. You know in the end.
What, who gave? I don't remember who gave me the gift.
Oh, do you not?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I got a cutlery gift for one of these old hags, that used to work at the deli counter. No, sorry guys. One day I will go into detail about I don't think I've ever gone into detail about my Tesco job that I did.
Worked in Tesco as well, Cardigan Road.
So did I. I was on the deli counter.
I was on the tills.
Wait, by
like London Road and all that.
Yeah, by the swimming pool.
Yeah, right, Oasis, yeah.
You know, remember when they had a deli counter all the way down.
Yeah. That was you.
That was me.
I was on the tills and then I went to Waitrose. Tesco pay more, everyone.
Tesco do be paying.
They pay more.
But oh my God, I was on the deli counter with these old hags. Nah. We'll talk about that another day. But I had a Secret Santa. And the Secret Santa, big up everyone that works at Tesco, by the way. And the Secret Santa, I gave this woman a nice cutlery set. Do you know what I got?
What did you get?
This mini beer. I don't even drink beer. And it had like 3 sweets in it or 3 chocolates in it.
Oh, I know the type of vibe.
You know what I mean? Some dickheading. No passion.
Yeah.
No passion. So since then, I was like, what's the point? Because if I'm going to put passion into a gift for someone, why is someone going to be giving me beer and chocolate?
I agree.
And I can't even drink the beer.
I agree.
So you've never had a Secret Santa?
No, I've had a Secret Santa.
What did you get?
To be fair, okay, so last year around this time, I was on Wumi's interview thing, and she gave me a Secret Santa thing.
Sick.
And it was a photo frame with like a collage of like my loved ones and stuff. And I literally cried my eyes out because I was just like, how thoughtful are you?
That's very passionate.
Very lovely. And she was like, I know how much you love your loved ones and things. I was like, yeah, like that's so nice. But overall, I think Secret Santas don't tend to be thoughtful. So like,
no.
I don't know. I'm in the ground of it. If you're gonna be thoughtful, win. If you're not gonna be thoughtful, bin.
I'm gonna say it's a bin.
Okay.
And more time, it's like you do Secret Santa like with your colleagues, like in your team.
Yeah, you don't know me.
You don't know me.
Yeah, you don't know me at all.
You don't know me to know what I like, and that's good. Emmanuel's never bought me a gift ever.
Wow.
And I bought everyone gifts last Christmas. I bought gifts for everyone last Christmas.
Is that like a staff thing though?
Am I not staff?
You're the boss.
No, I'm just a. Yeah, but doesn't the boss deserve gifts?
Yeah, true.
For everything. To be honest, no. Wait, guys. Latif. Look at me complaining about what I don't have.
You got an advent calendar.
No, guys. This is a man that knows me. Let me tell you something about Latif here. Every single episode he's here, he buys me a Kinder Bueno chocolate every time he's here. Yeah. Last week, I left one of my Kinder Buenos and Emmanuel ate it. So Emmanuel not only doesn't give, he also minuses. So for Christmas, Latif bought me this amazing calendar, Kinder Bueno advent calendar.
Cute.
Honestly, I'm so honored. I'm so thankful. I can't eat the first 2 or 3 because I'm doing no carbs this week.
Oh,
but next week I'm on Patreon on Monday. Wink. I'm going to open all one of them, and then from there I think I'm going to open it on Patreon. We're going to do a Patreon opening of the Kinder Bueno. But thank you very, very much.
So cute. Very thoughtful.
As for you, Emmanuel, very useless.
Christmas is not here yet. I might as well dash that car away.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's too late now.
What? Huh? What? I'm just kidding. Joking. Right. So we're gonna say bin to Secret Santa. Cool. Yeah. Win or bin? Cash as a Christmas gift.
Win. Because I know what I want.
Some people think it's not thoughtful. Some people think it's lazy.
No, I don't think it's lazy at all. I think that it's the best thing in the whole entire world.
I agree. But how much cash are we talking about? 10 quid? 20 quid?
I mean, I'll buy a kebab with that, I suppose. But like...
I'm happy with anything. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm happy with anything as well. Like whatever you can afford. But
whatever you can afford.
If I'm being honest, would I rather you give me a £10 note or a £10 beer thing with some sweets in it that your colleague gave you? I'd rather a £10 note.
I agree. Just give me the tenner.
Do you know what I mean?
Just give me the tenner so I can use
I could buy half a drink of that.
You could like a little pink Moscato,
Mm.
a little pink Moscato, a little je ne sais quoi, something that you like, not beer.
Hello.
I'm gonna say win.
I'm saying
money.
win too.
In fact, I just feel like moving forward, we should just give me money at this point. Just make a card, pour your heart in it, and slap money inside. It's like,
I agree.
Cash. I love cash. Cash is important. Cash is important to me.
It is.
Yes. Right. So we're going to say win to that. Last one, win or bin?
Mm-hmm.
Re-gifting presents.
Bin.
Why?
I just feel like it's a bit cheap. There's defo not been any thought that's gone into that. It's like, oh, I don't like this, so I'm going to pass it on to you. Hopefully you like it. But if you don't like it, what makes you think the other person's going to like it?
I'm gonna say win, you know.
Why?
Because I'm cheap. No. What I would say, okay, let's just say this gift. Beautiful, right? I love this. This is gorgeous, but I'm lactose intolerant. Someone can appreciate this and it's not going to be me. And they're never going to know. It's like, unless I've given it to and it's all bent and but they're never going to know.
But I feel like it shouldn't be the only gift. I feel like if you're going to repurpose a gift, maybe you should spend a little...
leave that sausage roll alone.
I'm going to share it with you, Charlie. I keep saying... I feel like if you need to spend a little bit of money and then you can give that as well. Like you can't just like be cheap to the point where it's like, I'm not even going to spend a pound.
They're never going to know. Obviously, I would re-gift a gift that I don't like. If I got a nice perfume or something, it's just like, and I don't want it, someone else can have it and they're never going to know. Come on. Only you know. Only you will be feeling bad for yourself. But the person is going to receive and be like, wow, this is giving. I don't think it's a bad thing. Emmanuel?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's only if it's like, I feel like there's a difference if you're just giving it because you didn't have time to look or you couldn't care to look.
Yeah.
But if you have the gift and you're like, I think they would like it.
Yeah, if they would like it. But if it's a thing where it's like, oh, I just want this out of my house, I'm going to pass it on to the next person.
Kind. It's not kind.
That's quite rude.
It's not kind. It's not kind. It's not kind. Right, so I'm going to say win to that. Okay. Right, guys, that's been the end of Win or Bin, and that's the end of the show. It's the end of the show. We're done. No, Are You Smart? Oh, for crying out loud. I knew you was going to say that.
I would rather not do it if I don't want to ingest horrible stuff.
Honestly, guys, I'm in an iron about Are You Smart, you know?
Why?
Because I feel like some people just don't want to, like, I don't want to be forcing bad things down people's throats.
Yeah, I don't want bad things down people's throat as well, but it is quite entertaining. I will say that I'm more than happy to not do it because I don't think I'm that smart. I'm street smart, but not necessarily academically.
Guys, honestly, can the bad boys and girls, can we talk about this? We need to actually
talk
about Are You Smart?
Do you want
I've not done it the last couple of weeks because my spirit is just like...
And you should listen to that. You should listen to that. But don't listen to 1 hour episodes.
Okay. With that being said, guys, thank you. This has been so fun.
Thank you for having me.
Honestly, you are such a lit time. Where can we find you on the motherfucking internet?
Everywhere. Instagram, YouTube. Not that I'm very much of a YouTuber anymore, but what I do have on YouTube is really good. TikTok, the lot. You will be seeing a lot more from Jayde Pierce in 2025.
Period. Loading. I love you guys.
Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. We will be back next week with another bad girl or another bad boy.
And that's all, period. Thank you, guys. Love you.
Thank you. Charlie, you want some sausage roll?